about legislation. And that is one of the reasons that we are still here today. Is we are very lucky that in New York State, we have such a pro-union New York State. And we have an incredible friend to SAG-AFTRA coming today. She has fought for union protections for workers since the first day that I met her. You know, a lot of people will come stand by your side when things are easy, but it's the people that stand by your side when things are hard that really, really count. This woman, she just walks the walk. And I have been on not just our union picket line with her, but I have been on every union's picket line with her because she shows up. So as we are figuring out how to fight for what is right, we have a number of pieces of legislation pending in Albany for the next session when we go into session. But there was a particular piece of legislation. How many of you remember back in the day when we were doing all that post-mortem right of publicity and the industry kept saying, oh, no, we're not going to steal their images and voices, and we're certainly not going to do it post-mortem. Do you remember that? I think I wrote you several letters about that. And because of your power, we were able to get that piece done. But there is more work to do. So today, we are going to be having as our very last speaker from the New York State Senate, the sponsor of Bill 79, Senate Bill 7979. This bill would protect SAG-AFTRA members by working on prohibiting digital and voice likenesses in transfers without informed consent in New York State. Now, while we're fighting for these things at the table, we're not going to leave any stone unturned. And so this woman has been a stalwart for the labor movement. In addition to being a New York State senator, you've seen her on her picket lines, she is the labor chair. And in fact, you might see a little tweet on SAG-AFTRA from yesterday about this legislation. So if you feel like retweeting that while I'm talking, I don't mind it one bit. She means business. She is a person of courage. She is a person that shows up every single time. So this Queens native became a union advocate and then went to the Senate to be an advocate for us. And I think she's just a little bit delayed, so I'm just gonna keep talking to y'all. They say they see her. Shall we say the biggest, warmest New York welcome to a friend to every union, but particularly SAG-AFTRA. I bet we see her right now. It's Jessica Ramos!
So the E is running on the R line. But I bring greetings from Jackson Heights, Queens. Land of good food and good people. That's right. Thank you. Thank you for letting me catch my breath. It's so good to be out here for another solidarity rally to support all of you. I'm so in awe of the sacrifice you've made thus far. Because it's not just for yourselves or your families, it's literally for your profession. It's to protect the generations of jobs that will come after you. And as you know, as you might have heard, earlier this week, I introduced new legislation in collaboration with SAG-AFTRA to protect the autonomy of our artists so that your digital voice and likeness are protected, so that you have a course of action when these companies think they can take your talent, your creativity, your God-given love language for our humanity, the beauty that you bring to our lives every day. They can't take it for themselves just to profit. They have to respect you. They must respect you. There must be consequences for the artificial artificial intelligence that is being introduced into our world. It is inevitable. We want to work smarter. We want to work less. We want to be more efficient. But we cannot lose our respect and our dignity along the way. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. And that is a big stand that you guys are taking right now to set the bar for all of the other industries that are going to come before you. I want you to understand the historical nature of what you're doing. You are my heroes and sheroes. Thank you. Because even though the writers might be done and the 32 BJ office cleaners are coming right behind you here in New York City, all these buildings should be trembling, knowing, that's right, I'll get louder, I get real Queens loud. They should know that the real New Yorkers who make this city happen, who make the New York City magic happen, are out in the streets for their families. Because they want to pay rent. Because they want to feed their families. Because they want to buy a fucking house. Hats off to all of you and Rebecca David, your amazing leader. Keep fighting, we're with you all the way.
If there's anybody in New York it's worth the wait, even just a second because of the trains, it is Jessica Ramos! I mentioned to you all that she has done for the labor movement, but what she is doing for us now is real and important and transcends this moment. The fact that we are standing here today with the backup of the Senate Chair of the Labor Committee, a woman who knows unions because she breathes them. She believes us. And you know what? You know, I tend to be a little bit of a toughie, but she almost made me cry when she said you all are heroes, because you are a hero to SAG-AFTRA members for doing what you're doing right now. Thank you, Jessica Ramos. So we are going to wrap up today.